my name is Nana, aka Onigiri Nana, and today we are going to be talking about self-concept. As you may have noticed, I have been on a bit of a YouTube hiatus, and that is not due to lack of wanting to. It's because I have no fucking time because my life is falling apart. Alright, so that's a bit of an exaggeration because ultimately my life is the best that it's ever been, but I am still suffering. So essentially what we're going to talk about is what's been going on, how I intend to fix it, and how I'm going to be implementing self-concept into my day-to-day life in order to improve my quality of life. Because whatever I'm fucking doing right now is not working. So what's been going on? What's up? What's the deal? My entire focus of 2024 has been primarily on my recovery, and I've made astronomical strides, and I'm very, very proud of myself and where I'm at. Though I'm getting to a point where life is so plentiful and wonderful and exciting that I'm very much struggling to handle it all. And while that's typical for anybody to struggle with, that's normal. Stress is a part of our day-to-day lives, and it's all about learning how to manage it, right? So with this influx of amazing, wonderful opportunities, my brain is also screaming at me. It's like, ah! And I can't shut it up. I can't shut up. And everything is a lot. For example, I was invited on a brand trip to Miami, and I have dreamed of an opportunity like this my entire career, my entire life. So you can imagine how excited I was and how I needed to take this opportunity despite my anxiety. Yeah. I had a great time. It was a wonderful experience, but that being said, it was so difficult for me to do. My anxiety has been taking over my life lately. It's getting to the point where I'm scared to leave the house. At the event, it was hard for me to focus because of how amped up I was, how self-conscious I was, how much I hate my appearance, hate my makeup, hate my personality, and just there's so much self-hatred just bubbling inside of me, and it's becoming a really big problem. Now look, I've been insecure my entire life. Like, this is nothing new, but as of late, it is starting to really interfere with not only my work, but my life in general. And honestly, I'm being pushed past my limits. I'm running on fucking empty, and I know that I need to do something to change. We all know the typical solutions for stress management: better sleep, better diet, exercise, etc. But when it comes to mental health management, specifically anxiety fueled by insecurities, that is a lot more difficult to figure out. And if we had the answer, we'd all be fucking cured, right? Like, obviously, it's hard and unique to every individual, but here I am sitting in front of camera to share my experience, my story, what I'm going to do in hopes that maybe it might help one of you. Maybe give some perspective. Maybe I fail, I don't know, but at least I'm gonna fucking try, right? So before diving into self-concept, I'm going to share what are the obvious things that I've been working on. I have been talking to my psychiatrist for medication management. I'm actively looking for a therapist. I am trying to clean up my diet, improve my sleep quality, as well as move my body a bit more, but that one's a little more difficult. But those are things that I am actively working at in the moment. But when it comes to the mental part, it's a little tricky. Like I said, I'm not new to this world. I've tried a lot of different types of coping, and I've come a long way, but that being said, it's something I'll probably struggle with for the rest of my life. So I was thinking, what if I try something new? And that's where the idea of reframing your self-concept came into play. So self-concept essentially is the way that we perceive ourselves as people. And as of this moment, I am seeing myself as a horrible, ugly creature that deserves nothing but misery in the world. And that is not healthy, obviously. So we got to change that, and I'm going to do that by reframing my self-concept, my concept of self. So I did a little bit of research, and again, this is going to vary from person to person. Everyone is very unique in their own experiences, but essentially the route that I'm going to take is going to focus on who I am now and who I want to become and what I need to do in order to get there. And the answer to that is literally faking it till you make it. And you're gonna be like, bitch, Nana, you have talked about this so many times, but give me a second to explain. It's a little different, okay? So take a piece of paper, write all of the things you believe about yourself, all the horrible garbage, blah, blah, blah. It's not true. But whatever you're feeling, let's just emotionally regurgitate that onto the paper, right? On the next page, you're going to write who you want to become. So based off my research on self-concept, a lot of people actually utilize somebody that they look up to mirror the traits that they wish to also obtain. And that's not to say that we're going to mirror exactly what the person is, but if there is somebody in your life that you look up to that exudes confidence, exudes drive and motivation, exudes just everything that you wish you could be, use it as a point of reference, right? So write down everything you want. So as an example, my negatives will be, I am awkward, I feel ugly, I feel unattractive, I feel insecure, I feel like everyone hates me, I hate myself, etc., etc., etc. On who I want to become, I have a perfect reference of my 2 older sisters. They inspire me every single day. They exude stability. So my positive list has a lot to do with confidence, feeling secure and sense of self, having a drive that's healthy and better work-life balance, things like that. And literally it can be as subtle or as extreme as you'd like. For my extremes, it's like, I am super hot. Like, I walk into a room and everyone like gawks at me and praises me at my feet. Okay, that might be a little too much, but you know what I mean? Like, we are going to literally manifest this new concept of self. And how do you do that? It's gonna sound bonkers bananas, but I think it might actually work. So with this positive list that you have cultivated, you're going to take those traits and turn it into a character, a thing, a little imaginary person. Yeah. And what you're going to do is something similar to method acting. You're just going to pretend. We're playing pretend, essentially. And that could be a little part of your day or all of your day. But we're gonna pretend. And this is not just a silly, goofy thing, right? Like, essentially what we're doing is creating a new neuropath in the brain, because the one that you're currently on is all that you know, and that is all your brain understands you to be. Therefore, you are in a position where you are forcing your brain to learn new traits about yourself and affirm it to the point where you start to believe it. And that's where the manifestation kind of comes in, right? And so now that you've created this character, it's something that you're going to try to implement in small portions of your day-to-day life. So as an example, when I go to Target, I scurry in, I look at the floor, I do not want to be perceived, and I just exude anxious energy. Like, I am just a ball of bad vibes, honestly, bad vibes. And I just want to get my shit done and fucking leave. And that's like, and that part's okay, right? But I shouldn't feel insecure in fucking Target. Like, bitch, the fuck? You hear how silly that sounds? So now with this new concept of self, this character that we have created, I am going to walk into Target with my chest up. It can be something as simple as that. And for me personally, I'm just going to pretend that I am literally a walking goddess. And that might be extreme for some, but I'm just going to be like, I walk into Target, I am confident. I am gorgeous. The reason people are staring at me is not because I'm wearing pajama pants at the store, but because I am sexy. You know what I mean? I'm so anxious and awkward. So instead of this anxious, awkward girly, I'm going to strut in there, get my shit done, and fucking leave. I'm going to be a boss-ass bitch because that is the character that I am performing as. Now, will I go into the car and cry afterwards? Maybe. Maybe. But at least I did my part. Now, again, this might not be for everybody, but this is what I'm gonna do. And I just want to be human again. I just feel like I'm forced to conform to the beauty influencer world or else I won't belong. And that's something I've struggled with my entire career. And I don't know. I just like want to stay in my little corner of the internet, honestly. And I just want to be myself and share more of my life with you, including my mental health journeys, right? So yeah, this concept of self, kind of silly, right? But it's worth a try. Right? Like, I'd rather try and fail than not try at all. And that's cheesy as fuck, but it's fucking true. Because we can bitch and complain and be like, oh, I hate myself. I hate my life. Everything sucks. And it's okay to feel that way, right? But then, bitch, stand up. Stand up. If you believe things will never get better, they never will. And that's just the cold hard truth. You just have to channel that sliver of hope in you. And it doesn't even have to be real. You don't have to believe it. You can pretend. You just have to find that sliver of hope within you. And it doesn't even have to be real. You don't even have to believe it. It is something you can pretend. You are pretending to be this new concept of self, this new character. And essentially, neurologically, your brain is going to start to believe it. And that is actual fact. So while this self-concept thing sounds like a bit delulu, it is a silly way of saying that affirmations change your brain functioning. It is a fact. It is something that is true. And it's worth trying. Because I don't know about you, bitch, I'm tired of hating myself. Like, it's actually exhausting. It's not cute. And I don't know. I'm ready for a change and I'm ready to take it on because I can't keep living like this. And I hope you'll join me. I don't want you guys to hate yourself either, okay? So yeah, it might sound crazy, but all jokes aside, I find it important to be vulnerable with you. I want to be transparent with my community because it shows that I'm human. And if you've been following my journey for a long time, you know that recovery means everything to me. Recovery will always take priority of my life over recovery will always be my priority. And I just know I'm on a really dark path at the moment, and that's not where I want to be. So ready? 1, 2, 3, team! We can do it! Yippee! Woohoo! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!